Oh, hi. Once again, this is Dr. Talek. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So, for now, we're going to have another set of our review, and this is our review 103. So, again, welcome to 21st Century, where we analyze text without overthinking, but with critical thinking. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to understand dimensions of literary text using one easy method. So last time, if I taught you the Glenn, for now, for the third review, I'm going to teach you and we're going to make use of the GLIM framework. GLIM, GLEM. So the GLIM framework, GLEAM, which stands to G for geography, where and when, L for linguistic, words, imagery, and symbols, E for ethnic, which elucidate culture and beliefs, A for arrangement, form, structure, and M for message or which focus on theme. So GLEAM, G for geography, L for linguistic, E for ethnic, A for arrangement, again that focuses on form and structure, and M is message or the central theme of the piece. So if you glean, you don't guess, you analyze. All right, so let's proceed to the geographic dimension. Geographic dimension usually asks, where does the text come from? Remember this, where does the text come from? For example, in the learning module that I gave you, we had an example that comes from Batanes, home of Ivatans. So it's kind of windy, isolated, resilient. So when the poem talks about love, boreal, and memory, of course, it makes sense. Well, a place matters, right? Kahit love story, iba pag nasa Batanes kaysa sa traffic ng EDSA, di ba? O kaya naman dito sa Catanduanes, kumusta naman? Comment down below kung anong feeling ninyo. Okay? So that's the first is geographic. Now the second we have the linguistic. Remember the GLEM, linguistic dimension. Okay, so it focuses on how words work, like imagery. The focus is imagery, diction, repetition, symbols. So if the word makes you see, feel, or imagine, that's linguistic power. Linguistic power. So if the word makes you see, feel, or imagine, absolutely, that's linguistic power. Remember this. Language always leaves clues. Parang detective, no? It gives us a lot of clues that surround it for us to understand it better. All right, the third, for under GLEM, we have ethnic dimension. So ethnic dimension again asks whose culture is speaking. Whose culture? Just in the example, Everton believes about love, death, and memory shape the poem. So literature is not just personal, but it is also cultural by nature. As even when they say, even here in Catanduanes, for example, when you're here in Virac, sa Duwatulo in Bato, it's also already sa Duwatulo, but it's kind of different when you pass from one municipality to another. All right, so that's ethnic. Remember, ethnic dimension. Literature is not just personal; it is cultural. Okay, under GLEM, okay, we have formalist approach. Okay, all right. Under formalist approach, formalist critics focus on the text. Remember this. From the word form, okay? Not the author's love life, not chismes, not Facebook posts, okay? What you need to do is to make use of the reads method. Reads. We can spell it READS, reads method. R stands to read closely. When we analyze the formalist's approach, we'll have to read closely. E, we have to examine the structure. A, we have to analyze imagery. D, we have to describe the voice. And C, we have to synthesize the theme. All right. For example, for Underhat's question, why does formalist focus on imagery instead of the author's biography? So that's formalism versus biographical criticism. Okay, what is the reason behind? Why does a formalist focus on imagery instead of the author's biography? Because meaning, remember this, meaning comes from how words are arranged. Meaning comes from how words are arranged and not from life stories. So let's wrap up our significant points of understanding, okay, in this vlog. Remember the GLAM, which stands to geography, which is the focus, is definitely on where and when. L is linguistic, words, imagery, and symbols are the focus. E, ethnic, which focuses on culture and beliefs. A, arrangement or the form and or the structure. And M is the message or the theme. Okay, I have already elucidated geographic, linguistic, ethnic, okay, and also given the example, the formalist approach. Under the M, under GLEM, okay, the message, okay. Remember the reads for us to analyze the form under formalist approach, okay. Simply because meaning comes from how words are arranged. That's under formalist. While biographical criticism, for example, should I say, under biographical criticism, it's the biography, it's the background of the author that matters. Okay, it has a strong connection with the piece itself. So remember, GLIM for dimensions, reads as we analyze for criticism, okay, as we criticize the piece, reads, and remember the theme is the final answer, the theme or the message. So if you understand, of course, not memorize, you win. See you once again. Don't forget to like, heart, subscribe, and share. I hope you'll learn something today. Bye bye for now. See you in the next interesting review 104. See you then. Bye bye for now. Once again, this is Dr. Sally. Bye bye.